Greetings, writers. It's Mr. Hebda from the Lackawanna College Writing Center, here with the first part in our series on apostrophes. What's an apostrophe? Let's find out. So an apostrophe is a special kind of punctuation mark. And as you can see, I've used it in our title. It's kind of like wedge shape, and I've made it bright red so it's easy for us to see. And this sort of shape comes in between letters. We use it all the time in our everyday speech, and it's also pretty common in our writings. So why is it there? What do we use it for? What is the purpose of an apostrophe? So apostrophes play two different roles in our writing, depending on the situation. They can show possession, or they could show contraction. Let me give you a couple quick examples. Here's an example of possession. Linda's best friend. And here again, I've marked out the apostrophe in red, so it's easy for us to see. And again, we have contraction. I'll do my best. So let's dive a little deeper into possession and contraction and how apostrophes are used to show these things. We will start out with possession. What's possession? So possession is ownership or belonging. And it's usually a relationship that's expressed between two or more nouns. So persons, places, things, or ideas. And we show this relationship by adding an apostrophe S to the end of the possessor noun. So the noun that possesses the other noun. That can sound a little confusing. So here's an example. Gretchen's bicycle. So Gretchen's a person, and she has one of her pieces of property, right, is a bicycle. So she owns this thing. In order to show that she owns it, we add the apostrophe S to the end of her name. So Gretchen's bicycle. However, the apostrophe S can be used for many other relationships besides just straight up property ownership. It can also be shown for lots of other relationships, like the tree's leaves. It's kind of weird to say that the leaves are the property of the tree, right? Instead, we would say something like the leaves belong to the tree. And in order to show that relationship, we would use the apostrophe S to make that clear. We can also show plenty of other relationships between people using the apostrophe S. For example, Andy's sister. So Andy doesn't own his sister. That's just silly. No, instead what's going on here is that we show the fact that they both belong to the same family by using the apostrophe S, that they have a relationship with one another. And similarly, even abstract ideas can show ownership, or maybe belonging is probably better here, right? Pennsylvania's people, because Pennsylvania doesn't own its people, right? But the people belong to the state. So in that way, we can use even things or ideas like Pennsylvania and have them show a sense of relationship or belonging. But what about contraction? What's contraction all about? Well, contraction is really convenient. It's a way of combining two words into one. We do it all the time in our everyday speech. It's very convenient. And when we write these things out, we show it by using an apostrophe to stand for the missing letters that come when the two letters are combined. So I've actually been using this rule in our titles throughout this presentation. So let's talk about what's. Because it looks like it should be possession, right? It's got the apostrophe S. But actually what's going on here is a little different. In fact, it's a combination of two words, what and is. So we actually drop the I in is and replace it with an apostrophe to create a new word called what's. Let me give you a couple other examples of some common contractions so you get a sense of how these rules work. I'm. So here we drop the A in am and combine it with I to produce I'm. Similarly, we put they and are together by dropping the A in are and replacing it with an apostrophe. We can do it in examples like don't, too. Here we put together the words do and not, but drop the O in not and replace it with an apostrophe. And we do something similar here with will not, too. But it's a little weird because will turns into a woe. We drop the ILL and change it to an O, as well as adding that apostrophe. I think it's just easier to say woe rather than wilt. Okay, so be sure to check out the Lackawanna College Writing Center YouTube channel for more videos. I'm going to have a video up that just specifically delves into problems with possession in apostrophes, as well as a video that looks at contractions in apostrophes. So keep an eye out for those. And as always, feel free to make an appointment at the Writing Center if you have any questions. Remember, we're always here to help you succeed. So keep up the great writing, everyone. Mr. Hebda out.